friends, I hope you all are doing well. Today I wanted to share with you a makeup look, this one, using only products that are $10 and below. I hope you guys enjoy. If you like affordable makeup, definitely give this video a thumbs up. It really means so much to me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and let's go ahead and get started. Starting off, I primed my face with the NYX Professional Makeup Plump Finish with Electrolytes Setting Spray. I usually like to start my makeup by priming my skin with a primer spray just to add a little bit of moisture to the skin. This is a setting spray, but you can also use it to prime the skin, and I just like it because it's not super drying on the skin. It doesn't make your face feel tight. It just adds a little bit of moisture, and that way when you go in with your primer, it really just helps to really plump up the skin and lock all that moisture in. Next, I went in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is a cult classic, a very popular product for a good reason. I feel like especially with the warmer weather, this is going to be a necessity because this primer has more of a tacky finish, so it's really going to help, like the name would suggest, grip your makeup to your skin and help just prolong the wear of your makeup. It doesn't feel uncomfortable on the skin. When you blend it out, it is a little bit thicker, more viscous, and a little bit sticky, but once you apply your foundation on top, that stickiness goes away, so it's not going to like feel uncomfortable on the skin. So really love this. This is around $10 on e.l.f.'s website. For the base, I went in with my CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Foundation. I know this gets mixed reviews because some people have an issue with this sort of balling up on their skin. However, I've never had that issue. So you know, try at your own risk, but for me, it always just looks super natural. It evens out my skin tone, evens out the redness. It's going to give you sheer to light coverage. I wouldn't build it up too much past that, or else it will start to look a little bit heavy. It's a little bit more of a thin, runny consistency, and it's very hydrating on the skin. So if you are going to blend it out with a brush, I would suggest going in with a sponge afterwards just to get rid of any brush strokes. But I think it's just perfect for every day. It's super lightweight on the skin. It's very moisturizing, and I do like that it is formulated with more clean ingredients. It's vegan, and it is formulated with coconut milk and aloe extract. For concealer, I went in with a newer concealer from Physicians Formula. This is their Butter Glow Concealer, and I love this concealer. I feel like it's an underrated product. It's an underrated new release. It hasn't gotten that much hype. The biggest downside to this product is the shade range. Unfortunately, the shade range sucks, so Physicians Formula needs to get on that. But it's so disappointing because the formula on this is so amazing. It gives you good medium coverage. It's super blendable. It's super spreadable. A little bit goes a long way, and it spreads very, very far across the face. It's very, very creamy and emollient, but it doesn't crease excessively. A lot of really dewy concealers can crease a lot. This one doesn't. If you set it, it stays in place all day long. It looks so healthy and glowy on the under eyes especially, so it makes you look just more awake and hydrated. It's really beautiful, and I love that it is more of a hydrating concealer, but it packs a punch and gives a good amount of coverage. For the majority of the base, I couldn't not use the new e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wands. I used the Fair to Light contour shade for my contour. I love this shade because it is more on the cool tone side, so it is really great at carving out those cheekbones. You just dot a little bit on and blend it out with a brush, a sponge. It can be a little bit patchy if you're not careful, so just be very aware when you're blending it out. You can't just like haphazardly apply it, and it does dry a bit quickly, so work quickly or work in sections. But if you are careful while you're blending and you don't let it sit for too long, it does look very, very beautiful, and it stays in place, and it looks super natural. The blush in the shade Rosy Slay is so gorgeous. It is a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury Pinkasm. It's a rosier, almost warmer tone blush, a little bit warmer than Pinkasm, and it just gives the most beautiful like metallic sheen to the cheeks. It's not glittery or sparkly, but it definitely is very reflective, so if you don't like a super glowy blush, this is not going to be for you. My favorite out of the Halo Glow products though has to be the highlighter. I have mine in the shade Champagne Campaign. This is gorgeous. You just draw a little bit on the cheekbones, tap it in with your fingertips. It melts into the skin. It looks like glass. It looks super, super dewy and healthy and reflective. It gives a good impact, but it's not sparkly or shimmery. This is amazing. If you're gonna try any of the Halo Glow products, the highlighter is definitely my favorite. To set the face, I went in with an oldie but a goodie, the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. This is one of my all-time favorite setting powders. High-end drugstore, expensive, affordable. It's just so good. It sets your face, it gets rid of any sticky or tacky finish that you might have, but it doesn't cut down on the glow that you have. It doesn't make you look super matte or flat. It still lets your skin have a little bit of a sheen, which I really appreciate, and it never looks heavy or cakey on my skin. I have very dry skin, so I'm very picky with powders, and this one is a gem. Another really great powder is this Wet n Wild 5-in-1 Essence Primer and Finishing Powder. This one claims to smooth, condition, refine pores, balance, and you can use it pre or post makeup. I actually do have a short where I was testing using this as like a primer, and it actually worked out a lot better than I was expecting, especially with my dry skin. I was a little bit worried that it was going to be like a catastrophe, but it really wasn't. It really did help to blur and smooth out my pores, especially in my T-zone. So if you like using powders as a primer, this might be a good one to check out. The only thing I will say is that this is very, very pigmented, so if you have a very deep or rich complexion, this might not work for you, but I actually like that for my fairer complexion because I do like it to brighten the center of my face. It's supposed to be, I think, a translucent powder, but it does have a bit of pigment, and again, I do like it to brighten. I also find that it's super silky and smooth, so it really helps to smooth out the pores like it claims, and it just looks very natural and almost undetectable on the skin, but it does help to mattify and smooth, blur texture, all that good stuff, and it doesn't look dry or heavy. So I really like this powder. I don't think it's going to be for everyone, but if you're like me and you like to use powders in the way that I do, I think you might really like this, and it is definitely very, very good for the price tag. For the eyes, I went in with my Makeup Revolution Shadow Bomb. This one is in the shade Love Struck Champagne. These are really, really great liquid shadows. They don't crease on the eyes. They don't feel overly tight when they dry down on the eyes. They're really easy to work with and blend out. They are more on the natural side. They're not going to give you a very super reflective metallic finish, but I think for every day they're very, very pretty. It just looks like a beautiful, like rosy, sparkly wash of color across the lid, which I personally really like. They almost look wet on the eyes, so they make your eyes look very healthy. Almost like that model off-duty look. People are going to notice how beautiful you look, but they're not going to notice your eyeshadow necessarily because it's more understated and it's not distracting. So I really like these. I think they're definitely underrated and they're really, really, really good. So good. I think they're around $5 or $6, so definitely worth that price tag because you do get a very good amount of product. To top off the eyes, I went in with one of my favorite makeup products of all time, the Moira Star Show Shadow Pot. This one is in the shade Quartz, and it's just the most beautiful, like diamondy sparkle. It is a glitter, but it's not huge, chunky specks of glitter. They're very, very fine and refined, but they catch the light so beautifully. I am obsessed with these. I love them. I have two shades, Quartz and Eureka, which is more of a deeper taupe, and that one is beautiful as well. Two amazing eyeliner products that you should definitely check out from the drugstore. One is from Essence. It's their long-lasting eye pencil. I have mine in the shade Black Fever. This one is a retractable eyeliner, but I also like their extreme lasting eyeliners. These are like the sharpen up ones. These ones are a bit more creamy and pigmented, I would say. Really great. You don't have to spend a lot on eyeliner. For a liquid liner, one of my favorites is the Epic Ink Liner from NYX. I love this because it just has a really great fine tip. It is a brush tip, but it almost looks like a felt tip, if that makes sense. It's really easy to use. It's not too wiggly, which I usually find to be the case with more of a brush tip liner. They're very, very thin and a little bit too flexible. This one is flexible, but it's not overly flexible, if that makes sense. It's super black, dries down. You can layer it upon itself. It's not gonna get crumbly or like patchy on the eyes. It goes over glitters really well. It's just a really great eyeliner. One of my favorites. So good. For lip liners, you really can't go wrong with Essence lip liners as well. Eyeliners and lip liners from Essence, that's where it's at. They are so affordable and so good. They are 8-hour matte comfort lip liners. Are literally so long lasting. Probably one of the most long lasting formulas I found at the drugstore. That's usually the issue that I have with most affordable lip liners. I love the colors and I love the price point, but they usually just don't last as long as high-end lip liners. But this one from Essence really do last a long time. They never fail with lip liners. Today I went in with Rosy Beige, I think it's called. I lost the cap, so I don't have the shade name, but I'll figure it out and put it in the description down below. But again, it's just super long wearing and I love the more rosy nude tone of this one. For the main lip color, I went in with my Etude Fixing Tint. This is a K-beauty brand. You can find it off Amazon or Yes Style, Stylevana, and they're always usually around the $8 price point, definitely under $10. They're made in Korea. I really love how pigmented this one is. It doesn't overly dry out your lips, and I really love the shade of this. This is in the shade 05 Midnight Mauve. A lot of lip tints lean on the more red or orangey side, but this one is more of a pinky color, and they do have other nudie tones as well. So definitely check these out if you like lip tints. If you want something a little bit more fun and pink for the springtime, I think this is a great shade. It's really fun and wearable, but it's gonna last a long time, so you don't have to worry about like pink lipstick getting all over your teeth and stuff like that. So I personally love lip tints. They're one of my favorite lip kind of formulas. For my eyebrows, I didn't show this on camera, but I used the Milani Precision Brow Pencil, one of my favorites, in the shade Espresso. That's one of my favorite brow pencils from the drugstore. And then for my brow gel, I use the clear brow gel from Milani. This is probably my favorite brow gel from the drugstore, and it doesn't leave your brows looking shiny or crispy, but it does keep them in place all day long. For my mascara, I went in with my ColourPop Act Natural Defining Mascara in the shade Brown. I love this mascara. First of all, the brush is like, it's super huge and chunky, but it's not hard to use. I think it's really comfortable on the eyes. I don't like when brushes like stab me in the eyes. That's just like one of my pet peeves. So this brush does not do that. I love the brown color because it looks super natural for every day. It doesn't flake or smudge on me. And if I curl my lashes after I let it dry, they usually will hold the curl. My lashes are very stubbornly straight and they like to point down. So it's very difficult for me to find a non-waterproof mascara that will hold the curl, but this one does if I take the time to really curl them after it's dried. Again, I do before I apply and then after, just to really lock in that curl. It looks really great. It gives volume to your lashes, but it also lengthens your lashes. It's not too much of anything. It's just the perfect natural mascara. So the name is what it is. And then again, Essence bringing it in, the Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss. This one is in the shade Gold Dust. So moisturizing, not sticky. This is their newer lip gloss. I do like these. They're not as shiny as the original, unfortunately, but they're still a really good gloss formula at a super affordable price tag. And I do really love this shade because it has like little micro sparkles in it that you can't feel on the lips. It's not gritty, still really smooth, not sticky. And I like how this just adds a little bit of sparkle to any lip color. So I especially really like this in the winter time because it gives you like that fairy snow princess vibe, but I think it really goes well with my Moira Star Show glitter shadow. It's like glitter here, just like ethereal spring princess vibes, you know? And then to set everything in, I went in with my Makeup Revolution Infinite Mattifying Setting Spray. Another hidden gem from the drugstore. I love the Milani Make It Last, but I talk about that one all the time, and I feel like I don't give this one enough love. I feel like you get so much product in here. The spray is pretty nice. It's very fine, and it just locks your makeup in. It doesn't feel drying on the skin, and I think it does really do a good job at melting all your products in and prolonging the wear of your makeup. A great thing about it too is that it doesn't like overly change the finish of your makeup. It's not gonna like make it look super matte or super dewy. It's just gonna help set things in and prolong the wear. So I really like that because I don't always want a setting spray that's gonna make me look like a grease ball, you know? And I don't always want one that's gonna like suck all of the moisture out of my skin because I do have more dry skin. So yeah guys, I think that's everything. Those are all of the products that are $10 and under that I used to achieve this makeup look. This was so much fun. Let me know in the comments down below, are there any products that are $10 and under that you think I should try? I would definitely check them out. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.